Hello TL Travelers, and welcome to or welcome back to the TL Travel YouTube channel. If you are new to the family, welcome. You probably maybe don't know that we have been out on an epic adventure, glamping, road tripping for the past few weeks. We checked out southern Alberta with Canada Dream RVs, and we traveled through Waterton Lakes National Park. We headed out and did some exploring in some lesser known provincial parks like Blue Rock Wildland and Sheep River. And then of course we headed over to Drumheller to do a little bit of walking around Hoodoo Trail and just like exploring in the Canadian Badlands before my glamping adventure in Elk Island National Park in the coolest geodome. So needless to say, I have been having quite the adventure, and from there I actually boarded a flight, which is something that I did not think that I was going to be saying this year. I still am a little bit on the fence about how I'm feeling about the whole situation. So before I jump into why I'm traveling and where I am and all that fun stuff, I am just going to hop back to yesterday, a quick little rewind, and we'll just start with the travel day itself. So if you've not already, hit that like and subscribe button. Definitely do it so that you can follow along on all of my adventures. And yeah, let's rewind. Okay, so it definitely feels weird to be flying, but that is what I'm doing today. So I've got all of my stuff ready. I'm all packed up and ready to go. Usually I fly carry-on only just to not have to deal with baggage pickup and all that kind of stuff, but at the moment they are advising to pack as much as you can and do checked baggage so that you're not carrying all of your stuff through the airport and through the lounge into the bathroom and all those types of things, limit those types of touch points. So I'm going with what I've been told. I packed most of my stuff into a checked bag, and then I have an easy to wipe down backpack for my carry-on. Yeah, that has my laptop and all that other stuff in it that I might need. Got my masks ready to go, and yeah, let's go. So definitely the thing that surprised me the most about leaving the international airport in Edmonton was the fact that it was an absolute ghost town. There were so few people to be seen, and still at this point in time, minimal flights on the boards. So not only was it quiet just because there was no people, but minimal flights means minimal announcements. You could literally hear a pin drop. And that brought me home to Ontario. So I landed in the Toronto airport at about 11 p.m. This was on a holiday Monday. It was, again, entirely silent. Also probably because I would imagine that most of the flights that are usually leaving that late at night are international or red-eye flights, which we wouldn't have right now. So yeah, absolutely silent when I left. Absolutely silent when I landed, and my parents came and picked me up at the airport in Toronto and then drove me to where I am now out here in cottage country. Now I do just want to make a couple of things clear. The first being that this is not travel for tourism. I basically have been pushing off this trip as long as possible all summer. I was supposed to come in June, and it just didn't seem like the safest idea. I was supposed to come again in August, and that still didn't seem like the safest idea. And after speaking with friends who are in the healthcare industry and also in the travel industry, and really sort of just thinking through, my own comfort levels and how things will work with my family, we decided that now would probably be the safest time to come, not necessarily knowing when I might be able to come out here and see everybody again. We're thinking probably not Christmas. So this seemed not only the safest time of the year to come. Obviously I am filming this a little bit before you're seeing it, so if things have changed, just keep that in mind. But also Flair Airlines, which I will do an entire separate video reviewing what it was like flying with them right now. But Flair was also allowing me to book my specific seat and book out the seat next to me to give myself some more space. So I was sitting like first row window seat with the seats blocked out around me. So fun stuff. Flying itself, I will say, was less like anxiety ridden and nerve wracking than I expected it to be. I was a little bit hesitant going into it, having seen different people having different experiences. Obviously, like all over the world, flying feels very different right now. I absolutely felt more comfortable traveling domestic than I would international, so that was no problem. It was only 3 hours and 10 minutes, the flight that I was on. So that was more comfortable for me, and everybody that I was flying with, which it was certainly not a full flight, seemed to be very, very respectful of social distancing and respectful of all of the guidelines, and they're, you know, we didn't really seem to have any issues. We had very specific boarding protocols to follow and everybody followed those. So a lot of the reviews that I have seen about flying have been people saying that it really comes down to who you're flying with and if the people around you are respectful. And I really lucked out in that A, it was not busy at all, and B, everybody was very respectful. I think if I had been on a flight where people were refusing to wear masks or where they were crowding the aisles and walking up and down and just sort of doing all of those things, that I would definitely have felt less safe. But overall, I really came in contact with maybe 2 people over the course of arriving at the airport, checking in, flying, landing, and meeting my ride. Now, I have also come to a spot in the province where there are no cases, and I would absolutely never want to be that person who, like, that patient zero, who on the off chance, if I was to have, you know, the C word, that I would bring it into a community. So I'm out here in a cabin in the woods, just like isolating until I can get my first test. And then not until I get my test results will I be branching out. And by branching out, I mean like visiting my family at a distance. So absolutely nothing to worry about there. I do still stand by, you know, trying to stay as close to home as possible right now and exploring locally. Not only does local tourism really, you know, help your local economy, but obviously with everything that's going on in the world right now, all of the dangers come with people moving. So the least amount that you could move, the better. So obviously my plan right now is to just enjoy my time here with my family and, you know, get everything figured out with my mental health. Maybe one of these days with you, I will share the footage from one of my absolute emotional breakdowns that led to actually coming here and making this flight. I have like 2 more things that I need to edit. Oh my gosh. It's like, okay. But in the meantime, just please know that I am trying my very best to make responsible decisions and, you know, travel responsibly and stay safe and keep those around me safe. So I think that's it. In my next few videos, I will not only sort of be like taking you through my isolation experience and sharing my, you know, the testing process and everything with you guys, but I'm also gonna be chatting a little bit more about, you know, safe travel during this time and what I thought about my experience traveling with Flair Airlines specifically. If you are looking for a Flair Airlines review, I will leave one down below because I have done like more of a generic one before, but this one is just going to build on that and talk a little bit about how their new protocols and the types of things that they're doing for safety and to keep you safe are working or maybe not working, and so on and so forth, and just kind of give you guys an idea of like what to expect and how you can pack and prepare to be as safe as possible. So hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. We post new travel content every Thursday and Sunday, and until I see you guys in my next video, stay great, stay safe. I'll see you then.